same station, same product, will offer the same thing. For example, electronics. You go into any store and you want to buy a TV. The TV, you go to any store, probably they'll quote you the same price. But it is how that store handles that customer that he will prove that my TV is, you should buy the TV from me rather than any other store because of these factors. So first I said was the price. Make the customer feel that he got a best bargain. Second point is that customer service is a very generalized. I'll come down there a little bit. Second point that I would like to highlight here is that it should be an experience for him. Brand experience, whatever it is. You tell the customer, my product, yes, it is different. It could be the same product. Now you go to buy, say, one mattress. You go to one shop, the guy will tell you something. You go to another shop, he'll tell you something like that. But it would be the best option would be that you tell the customer, give him an illustration, or rather create in him a desire that if you sleep on this bed, what is the experiences that you are going to get out of it? Experience in the sense that physically he'll experience it, or the feeling that he gets, whether it is comfort, whether he gets a good sleep, or whatever it is. Okay. Number three point will be, what is the function of the product? I have been to many places where you try to buy a thing. You want to buy a thing. You want to know more about that product. Okay. But you realize that the salesman there doesn't know anything about the product. Okay. He doesn't know. So here, as an entrepreneur, you must know your product. You must know your product thoroughly, so that any customer or your prospective customer will ask you a question. It could be anything. It could be in your service. Okay? You're providing some service. Now, customer will have 101 doubts, 101 questions will be there. You should be patient enough to listen to every doubt, to know, to give knowledgeable and correct answer to what the doubts are. Basically, you should know your product first. You should know what is it that you are selling. That is very important. Somebody here said, now, after these points, I just want to put a general question to everybody here. I'll take you to a different plane, and this. Now, for example, if you want to buy a pair of jeans, okay? I know many of you have got your personal choices that you like to buy from certain shops, or you want to buy from certain sites, or you will buy particular brand, particular this thing. Now, what is it that influences you? Can you put it in just one word? Quality, customer experience, style, comfort, brand. Who said brand? Can you define brand to me?
It's just an abstract value or face value or something that its reputation built by product by itself.
I open my TV. Okay? Sachin Tendulkar comes out, and he will be blah 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 about some toothpaste or whatever. Okay. Would you consider that your favorite brand?
Personally, I wouldn't do so, but as a market, people do consider that as favorite brand.
Why do you not consider it as your favorite brand? Or rather, you would consider it to be your brand?
Uh, I might have other choices, like I might like someone else, or I might
You mean some other cricketer
possibly.
or film star?
There could be chances. There could be chances that goes.
That means you are allowing yourself to be influenced as to which brand is good or which brand is not good for you. Is that how you put it?
Not for me personally, but yeah, as a market, yes, as a whole, they do.
Okay. Well, that gentleman was very correct. We get influenced a lot by advertisements, by branding. They spend so much money. All these companies spend so much money. Sport shoe brands, okay, deodorants, shampoos, whatnot. They spend so much money just to try to influence the customer, and the customer is influenced, mind you, to a certain extent, yes. But if you ask me, your favorite brand should depend upon what is it that you are getting from that particular. Now let us go into some points where you can distinguish a certain, what should I say, a certain business establishment or yourself or as an entrepreneur to shine out among others and to be recognized as a brand. Brand, as you say, is something which has to be built up over a period of time. That is very, very important. Branding is something which it's not something just because he spent 5 million bucks, getting Tendulkar or Virat Kohli to, I mean, what should I say? Advertise it. No, that is not branding. That is just pure advertising, enticement. If you ask me, branding is something that you do. I have time? How much more? 10 minutes. Okay. Branding is something, I mean, to create your own brand, I mean, to stand out as a brand takes time. It really takes time. And it is important to be consistent in your quest towards creating yourself as a brand. There are some certain tips I would like to give you. I'll share with you now in the next couple of minutes. As to these, if you follow these principles, it would be very effective in creating your brand. Okay. One thing is attentive interaction. Have you ever been to a store where you want to buy something and then you find that two of the sales girls are chit chatting in a corner? You have to call them, ఏమండి నాకు ఈ వస్తు కావాలి, and then grudgingly they'll come to you. And even after they come to you, you tell them, they'll scratch their head, 40 watts అది చూడాలండి ఉన్నదా లేదా. So, does it happen to you?
Yes.
It happens in many places. I'm not saying no. Why? You need to be attentive while attending to a customer. You could be sitting in your office. You are developing an app or something like that. You have a client in front of you. Okay. Now the client is talking to you, asking you something. What are you doing? Probably you are watching that TV behind that guy. Or else you are once in a while glancing on your phone to see whether any images have come or anybody has posted anything. And then you tell the guy, చెప్పండి వెంటనండి కానివ్వండి. I know you can multitask. Excuse me. Yeah, Amal, I'm here. I know you can multitask, but sorry for that interruption. It was one of your university guys only. I think he wants to attend here. It's important that you pay attention while giving attention. You may be smart, you may be able to do 10 things at a time, but when you have a client or a customer in front of you, it is important that you give 100% attention to what that person is saying, because that person will feel I am being heard, my needs are being fulfilled, this person is genuine, he is concerned about what I want. Okay, that is one. Second thing is, you have to anticipate the need of a customer. Okay, you have to anticipate the needs while talking to a customer. In a few sentences, you should be able to form in your mind roughly what this person wants. You have to be, that is something, it takes time, but you can inculcate that habit of mentally preparing. Okay, इसको क्या चाहिए? बंदे telling me so many things, immediately I must form an impression what exactly he wants. Okay, then somebody said just now, prompt service. Prompt service is something. Prompt service is something. If you ask me, it is. I don't know about the service sectors, but I can tell you in sectors like, you want to get your TV serviced, or you want to call a plumber or things like that. It's more or less chalta hai attitude. Okay, I told you I'll come tomorrow doesn't mean tomorrow. It could be 1 week later. Okay, prompt service is something that lot of customers will appreciate. Of course, things have changed now. Nowadays, you go give your watch for repair or something. After 1 day or 2 days, you get a message or you get a call. Your product is ready. Please come and collect it. That is fine. But where such a mechanism doesn't exist, what I mean to say is that don't give customers false promises. Okay? Stick to your time. When you say I'll give you after 3 days, better to say I'll give you after 4 days than rather than saying 3 days and then after that saying please come tomorrow. Right? Then one very good point would be that what they say is don't promise more and under deliver. That is a very critical component of our business ventures. There's nothing wrong in telling your customer client that we will try to deliver this, itna kaam karega, or we will do this, and then give something superior to them. It's what you say, overdoing it, but not promising more and delivering less. Never, try to avoid that. It gives a very bad impression. Not only that, the customer gets deflated. He thinks that, oh, you promised me so many things. He'll be having visions while going to sleep also. He'll be thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be a wonderful, this guy said he'll stitch me a suit like this, like that, and all that. And then when he sees the product, flat. It's better that to tell that guy, okay, we'll try our best, but I can't promise you it will be like Michael Jackson's, moonwalk dress. But we'll try to be somewhere there. But when he gets it, and then he realizes, wow, this is better than that. Is he not elated? He is elated. So never promise more, promise less and deliver more. Last 2 points. last 2 points. Can anybody guess what will be the last 2 points which I feel are the most important aspects for your customer to have trust in you, to become a loyal customer, and you know to regard your business as the brand which he or she would like to retain? What would be the 2 points?
Ensuring that the durability of the product.
What was it?
Ensuring the durability of the product. Guarantee.
Guarantee, warranty, that is also there.
The promise has been delivered to you.
Trust.
The promise has been delivered to you.
Transparency.
Discount.
Trust. Mr. Amal Raj here, I know many of you all may be knowing him, but he is a recent acquaintance of mine. I realize that he is a fountain of knowledge. But then, what was the word you used?
Trust.
Trust. Believe me, friends, for a business, your own business, to be regarded as the brand image for your industry or for your whichever field you are in, trust and honesty are two things that you have to take care of. Being honest is, you will never suffer any loss because of being honest. You can tell people, you can be honest on so many factors. You can say, see, we are not capable of providing what service you want, but we will try our best. Like, okay, we are deficient in the sense that we are not up to that mark. You can be honest. You can tell customers very honestly, no, it cannot be delivered in 7 days. We need 15 days. Be honest about it. You may lose that business. A lot of people come with deadlines. No, I want a delivery within 10 days. Then you will come together, okay, let's take the order. In the meantime, after 10 days, we'll tell him, okay, yeah, extend by another 2 days, 3 days. Nothing wrong. You can, as I say, you can tell more and then deliver early, no problem, but don't overpromise. Be honest about it. And then trust. Trust is something we all know which can only be earned. You cannot buy trust. You cannot buy your customer's trust by offering him free things, offering him discounts, offering him whatever. You cannot earn the trust of a customer. A customer, once the trust is lost, you can be sure you have lost not only that customer, but you have also lost the trust of that customer's people whom he will spread the word. We may suffer financially in some deal, but we should never break the trust that the customer gives on us. That, my dear friends, is a little bit of nuggets of knowledge, or rather my experiences that I would like to share to you. If we'll have a question and answer, if anybody would like to have any doubts cleared or would like to ask me something, most welcome. Thank you.
So that is a shoe brand.
Yes.
Now we can have Q&A session.
So in offline market, how can we make in current trend? How can we make the people recurring? If at all someone buys some products from us, how can we make them recurring? Because in online we can pitch them by using apps and doing it.
Yes.
But in offline market, some person buys any product. So after the certain time, because we might be having multiple products with us, so how to make those people recurring? Because currently recurring rate is very less for most of the business.
Yes. If we can be a little more specific in what line of business that could be.
For example, if you consider a business with doctor, patient, okay, the patient initially he will be having some test. Over a period of time, there are going to be very multiple doctors comes into the same locality, and the accessibility also will be there. But we want that patient to recover. He should be recurring at least
once in a year or else whatever the period of time. See, here again, it depends upon the confidence that the doctor has, put in the customer or his client rather. Here it is a patient. Okay. Again, trust. Basically, how much trust have you given him? It could be, a lot of instances where they say doctor simply they will write whatever medicines or they will say, okay, you have to get your test done here, done there, whatever. It all depends upon how the doctor treats the customer. There are some doctors who will watch the time while he is watching the patient because he knows he has to see 20 patients that day. He's got only 1 hour. So he'll give you 3 minutes. So if you go to if your doctor's attitude is as such, you might consider, he's not paying me full attention. He will go elsewhere. So one thing where doctors are concerned, if you ask me, it is the care that you show for your patient at that point of time. Yes.
Sir, you're having a very long experience. Have you found that it is possible to please all your customers? If not, then can you talk about that?
Well, that's a very nice question. I can definitely look back on my career and tell that yes, I have tried always to please all my customers, but there will be a odd customer who goes away unpleased. But you can endeavor to even for the most dissatisfied customer. Okay, normally it goes like this: the customer says, "Cheh, I'm not going to come back to your shop." Something like that he'll say and go. Okay, that would be the time when you have to take your ego a little bit, swallow your ego, be humble, humility will count there. You will still go up to the customer, sir, if you feel I've done, injustice, fine, I will try to rectify that. Failing which also, please understand that I don't bear any ill will against you. If you decide that at this moment of time that I have wronged you, I can't change that judgment for you. But please do not consider it to be ill will. On my side, you are right, I am right. But somewhere we have to draw a line. In business, somewhere we have to draw a line that we cannot concede to everything. Yeah.
Considering this new era where traditional business are changing, right? Traditional business generally have a contact with the customer. But how do you do the same when you don't have a contact, especially in digital? If you don't generally see a customer at all, how do you differentiate in terms of emotional attachment?
Well, I was afraid that question will come to me. It did come. Thank you for that. I know. It is a question which I personally have been wrestling with for the last 10 years or so. Let me be very frank. Well, today's customer is such that I know you want to buy a product, you can always find it cheaper on the net. Okay.
It is all impulsive buying, sir.
Okay. Let us put it this way. He's got a traditional customer. Now the customer is enamored by the going to the net. He is not able to contact the customer, or rather, as he says, the one-to-one interpersonal relationship is not able to develop because of that. Frankly speaking, I did not go into that sphere. Like we decided we are not going to go into that sphere. We just maintain what the traditional thing is. But I have been thinking about that topic also. Like here, what type of interaction you can do is if you have the contact of your customers, maintain them, periodically by, sending in some, mail or SMS or something like that and try to keep in contact. That is the best I can say you because frankly, I too am in the same boat as you are. Thank you.
Yes, sir. In the retail space, I work for a book retail store, and the issue that you mentioned that the sales girl or sales boys are not as enthusiastic as we want them to be. So, what would you suggest? What would you suggest us in the management to do for them to be as enthusiastic and as exuberant as the company wants to be?
You say you work for a bookstore. You used to work for a bookstore, right? Did you read books while you are still working there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you tried to, inculcate the habit of reading with those stuff?
Sorry to, but they're not that
They're not that
educated.
educated.
They're mostly sales.
Yeah, but still they can read something, no? They can read, fiction, at least some nice fiction. Well, I'll put it this way. Gentlemen, good doubt. For any business to flourish, you need to have that passion. You need to have that passion to do that business. First of all, you must learn to love the work that you are doing. If you ask me, I will never tire of talking about footwear any time of the day or night. Because for the last 40 odd years, I have been in this business. It's a passion. So, as this gentleman says, in a bookstore, there are people who are not passionate about it. Inculcate a habit of reading books for the staff, or rather, the staff also have reading corners for children, or storytelling, or whatever it is. Create that passion. Create that passion even among the sales girls and all to read. May not be big 1,000 pages, big books. Even small books, nothing wrong. Even magazines are good enough. I would say create that passion in them.
Sir,
Yeah.
nowadays every product or every service just looks like same, and the main challenge is that customer is only making us choose by the price only. So how we can be different? Every brand and every service look like same. So how we can make feel the customer that we are different? You should not buy from our company. Because if I need one product, I will go to 10 different places where either it might be online or offline. Before buying a product, I will go at least. So how we can make it to buy from our
See, offline is very easy because physically you'll go to a store, physically you will see the product, you will talk to the salespeople there or the owner or whatever it is. But where online again is like that gentleman saying, it is a field where everything has been flattened now. Is possibly because if you ask me as a consumer myself, I too at times buy things online. At times I don't buy it because after one or two experiences where bitter experiences, I felt that no. If I can get a product offline, I would rather go for a product offline. It is only in circumstances where I'm very sure that this product, yes, is the same product which I saw offline and I'm buying it online, I would go for it. I don't know. I'm not into the software field and all that, but I think many people here will agree with me that we are being influenced into liking certain brands or not liking certain brands, or rather, not liking is not the word. We are being pushed towards certain brands, and it's being promoted as if it is the best. I think you have to use your own judgment. As a consumer myself, I would have a mix of both. I would also scout the online stores as well as offline stores and then try to find a balance somewhere.
Thank you all.
Right?
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Please gather for a group